Mickey Spillane's back in print, and we got him. He's coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're visiting with a writer, Mickey Spillane. Good morning, Mickey.
Good morning, and I'm glad you called me a writer. Not an author, because I am not an author.
What are you talking about? You're an author.
No, an author is different from a writer. A writer makes money. You know who an author was? You had Churchill, you have Eisenhower. They were writing about the war. The only thing they knew about was that particular part of life. Man, I write about anything where I make a buck from it.
Anything?
Almost anything.
Now, what's something you wouldn't write about?
Well, I don't. People got an idea that I was a sexy type of writer. I wasn't. I used situations that were a little outlandish sometimes. My endings always were kind of wild. But, you know, here's what people don't understand about writing. And if anybody's listening and wants to be a writer, listen to what I'm going to tell you. Nobody reads a book to get to the middle, do they?
No, that's right.
They read a book to get to the end. Now, that the end is so sensational that they, oh, it's just great. They can't wait till they run out and buy a book by the same writer, see?
Right.
And my intention is to drive people to the book stands. I don't care about me. I know I can write, so I'm not going to worry about my own personal sales. But I like to see all the writers who are out there trying to earn a buck by writing make some money out of it.
Absolutely. So I guess on the first page, you're just trying to get them in?
Nah, you're already there. I write the ending first. That's the best part of the book. Then I work up to the ending, see?
You write the ending first?
Sure. I remember Night of Jury when I wrote the ending where Mike kills the beautiful doll, you know? And she says, "How could you?" And he says, "It was easy." You know? The end, there's nothing after that, is there? It was easy, man. But some of the funny things that happen with the endings you write, people look at you and they think sometimes I'm 10 feet tall, I got a gun in both pockets. You know, that's not the way I live. I write like that.
Is it difficult to not live one way and write an entirely different way? I mean, or to live
with my wife, you get all kinds of ideas. We've been married 20 years, so I can talk about it.
Yes, that's right. And hopefully we can get Jane in sometime so she can talk about you.
That's her name. This is my wife. What's her name?
This is my wife. What's her name? Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
You and Jane have been happily married 20 years.
Well, you know, she's my child bride. She used to chase me around when she was on her little tricycle.
Oh, come on.
Go back 20 years. Now, how old is she now? I forget how old she is.
She's what, 34? 40?
Now?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, flattery's important, Mickey. I got to work on it. Yeah, we got to get her in sometime.
She's a young kid. She's my child bride, you know.
And what prompted you to get a child bride? We were thinking about that the other day.
I couldn't get her away from me. She chased me all over the place. She walked down past my place a dozen times looking for me. And I said, "Jane," she said, "Hi, McGee." You know, I don't know. All of a sudden I'm saying I do. How do I get to I do what? You know.
That would be kind of tough maybe, to get out of that. You know,
she moved into my house. She with her two daughters and a cat. Their cat followed them all the way down. Cat moved into the house, you know. Now we got 6 cats. So
oh, come on.
Oh, hey, that's only the beginning. Did I catch a Dickens yesterday? I went out, and the wind blew the door open, and all the cats got outside. Not all of them, 3 got out. And I can hear, I'm turning down in Murray's, and I'm turning down around like it is, whoop, 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 and there was Jane outside yelling, "Here, pussy, here, whoa," yelling. And I come back, and man, I thought she was going to shoot me, because the wind blew the door open. I didn't leave it open. She says I did.
She was blaming on you anyway, that's right.
Boy. Anyway, we found the one little cat that she thinks so much of, and it got underneath a shed in the back. We got it out, and now she's happy again, see?
With all these cats around, how do you write, Mickey?
Oh, that's easy. I got one on this lap here, one on my shoulder here, and they're nice.
One on your head. Doesn't mess your hair up too much, yeah.
They're not people. They don't have no trouble with the cats.
Right. So the cats sleep with you all?
Oh, gee. You know, they come into bed. The cats don't come into bed nice and easy. They go way back there, they take a run, they jump, and they're right in your stomach.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've come in on my mom many times when she's asleep, and the cat's right up on her chest.
How many she got?
Oh, they just have 2.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, that is nothing.
I
They live in a small
left the
apartment.
house here yesterday, and they had 9. But I felt very much at home. You know, between 6 and 9, there's only 3 difference there.
Right, that's right.
Oh, boy.
What was that like having young girls in the house, Mickey, when you were a little later? And you said Jane and her 2 daughters. What was that like having young girls around and getting active in their lives?
Let me tell you what happens when you bring somebody new into the house with the 2 girls. Now, I used to cook a lot. See, I'm an old military guy. I like big breakfast. And I brought the girls come down for the first time. They're going to go to school, see, and I come down to eat breakfast.
Right.
So I had all this stuff going. I see them. They looked out and they kind of tell us maybe they just don't like the way I cooked it. They're just picking at their food. And a couple of days later, I said to them, well, what would you like for breakfast? I pancakes, French toast, bacon and eggs, you know. And they said, we don't eat breakfast.
We don't eat breakfast?
Hey, it's the first time they've had breakfast in years. I said to James, what don't you feed your kids for pity's sake? They don't eat breakfast. I said, well, heck with them. Because I get up early anyway, you know. I'm in bed at 9:30, so I can never get into trouble.
You're in bed at 9:30.
Yeah, man,
so you
I'm
can get up
tired.
early. Is that because you live in Merle's Inlet?
No, I've always gotten up early.
Really?
You know, sure. All through the military, I had no problem with getting up. Nobody ever had to wake me up. That was a nice life. I like the military part.
Is that right?
If I was a pilot, a fighter pilot, and all that sort of stuff.
You went in the Air Force.
Yeah, man. I told anything I wanted to do.
Did you think about other services, or you knew you wanted to be a pilot?
I knew I wanted to be a pilot. So, you know, when you get into the military, there's only one thing people say, wherever you've been, wherever you've been, you never, ever have a choice except once in your life. You never volunteer for anything except once. You volunteer to go to the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. And after that, you go where they send you. That's
Right.
it. You don't have anything to say about it.
So after you get in, you're
You go
stuck.
away.
I mean, you do anything anything they say.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have any choice. You say, yes, sir.
Wow, Mickey.
But those were good years. I never had anything against the military. Of course, you know, after you look back, it was a different time. It was a different time zone during the war years.
Uh-huh.
And what surprises me is that when I call up somebody, I used to be in the old squadron, you know, and his wife will say, oh, he's been dead for 3 years. I say, what? And, you know, in 4 years, I'm going to be 90 years old.
Oh, come on.
90. Hey,
That is bull. Tell us the truth.
No, I was born before World War I ended. I was born in 1918, so figure it out. So, I did it again.
Oh, I know. That's right. Our director will
I'm
get
going to
tough.
sit on my
Yeah,
hands.
well, I'll
Is that okay?
start doing it,
Don't
too.
look at me, folks. Okay.
No, that's right. Well, we've got these swivel chairs, which kind of stinks because it makes a duff
Yeah,
on
I
the
know.
camera guy.
Well,
Yeah.
you're used to sitting still. I'm not. I'm always chasing Jane around the house.
And these 6 cats.
Oh, the cats aren't the tough one. She's the tough one.
Jane
Oh, man.
Spillane's the tough one.
People are nothing in her eyes. Only pussycats are the thing.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
She tolerates me, but not too badly. All right, see. However,
Yeah.
say something. Ask me a question.
No, that's great. Yeah, Mickey, tell us about, you didn't grow up in Merle's Inlet, did you? Where'd you grow up?
No, I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, until I moved to New York, and the worst time I ever had was when I was in my last year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an awful time to me when you're busy in sports and all that sort of thing. And I moved to Brooklyn, New York, and today I hate New York City. New York State is a great state, but once you get it, if you're in the city, everybody thinks that New York is the city, and that's a terrible place to be. I don't like it. Crowded, noisy. It's not a happy place either.
But it's a city where a lot of the publishers are located, so you got to go up there.
I don't have to go anywhere.
Oh, come
That's
on.
what I got a guy to do my business for.
I understand you and Jane get up to the Big Apple pretty regularly.
No, we don't. Not if I can help it. I don't want to go there at all. I jump over there. I got a place up in New York State, it's in the foothills of the Adirondacks up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not in the foothills, it's in the Adirondacks.
Right.
And I got an old building up there right next to my buddy. Now, my buddy George Wilson, who's a great artist, by the way, he and I were wingmates during the war. Now, he lives on this big 600-acre apple farm that belonged to his brother, but he lives in this big house, and right next to him was a carriage house. It was built before the Civil War, but he kept a horse, the wagon, and a wood pile. And I took that little place, I made it into a place. Now, it looks like a cross between an early American log cabin and a Swiss chalet.
Wow.
All over the place, skis and snowshoes, I was a good skier once. Now I ski on Chicken Little Hill.
Chicken Little Hill.
Yeah.
Is that in Merle's Inlet? Oh.
No, that'd be a big hill.
Yeah, that would be. That would be.
I do minimum skiing, but you know, you have as much fun being a spectator sportsman as being an active one.
Now, skiing's pretty dangerous for a guy. Now, you admitted your age. For an 85-year-old, that's pretty
Right
tough.
on Chicken Little Hill.
Yeah, yeah. I think I saw at one time, Mickey, you were shot out of a cannon.
Oh, those are the days. Now, this was a practice thing we were doing. You know how a cannon
This was
works?
getting ready for Jane.
Yeah. When they said the big boom, that's eyewash. It's compressed air to shoot you out of that cannon, you know. And the worst thing you can hear is that if you're in that cannon and hearing shh, that means your air is leaking out and you're not going to make the net.
Oh, my God,
It's happened a few times, you know. You got going, where's the net? But now they're pretty good with that. Matter of fact, the old fella, the Zucchini family had that. The old man was a great photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And he had in the body of that cannon, which was an old Greyhound bus, he had a photo lab in there. And this guy could take the darndest pictures you've ever seen.
Huh.
That was fun. I went out with that Ringwood Circus and the Clyde Beatty Circus for a long time. After we made a movie with the circus.
You're kidding.
And it was, the featured people were Clyde Beatty, Pat O'Brien, and me. And elephants and tigers and monkeys and all that sort of stuff.
That would be a movie. Is that still out?
Oh, it's on. Hey,
Someone can track it down.
Hey,
That's right.
No. That was in '52. We made that picture.
Is that right?
I'll tell you something funny about that. You know when you see a lion cage, here's the floor of the cage, and there's a bar that runs right across here, and then the other bars go this way.
Uh-huh.
That's so the lions can put their feet out and hang them over the side, because you know you can't just keep trying. You know, this way they can be comfortable.
Right.
I was stuck because they're shooting a scene outside there, and I'm looking at this big lion, and he's looking at me. And boy, hey, a lion can give you a kind of a real. And he's got his feet stuck out over the side. And I'm looking, I say, you know, I know he can't lift his foot up like that, and he can't get out any further because his wrist is pretty big. That's as far out he's going to put that thing. I wonder if I could touch his finger. His big claws sticking out. You know, hey, the feet are that wide.
Right.
So anyway, I walked up to that line. He's looking at me. He didn't say a word. He's looking at me, looking at my idea. It's almost as if he knew what I was going to do. So I went up, and in between his fingers, his claws like that, I put my fingers, and I started to scratch him in here like that. And the lion looked at me and goes, oh, man, hey, this is what I'm not making love to you, dog.
So we know what...
Oh, did that lion don't you try that.
Yeah,
he might not like you.
Right.
But anyway, every time I went by the cage, that lion could run over and stick his feet out like that, you know, and I'd have to scratch his feet. And I was the only one that do that. The Hilo, the elephant boy, was standing there. He says, he's going to get you yet. I said, no, he likes me. And I walk over and zoom out with the feet. And Hilo said, you crazy, man.
Wow.
But anyway, one day I went down there with Clyde Beatty, and I'm walking by, and he sees a lion come, zoom, stick his feet out.
Dying for a little scratching. That's right.
And Clyde says, what's the matter with him? I said, he wants me to scratch his feet.
He wants a Mickey
he said,
massage.
What? I said, I went over to... He said, are you nuts? He says, that's a wild animal. That animal is not trained. I mean, he's trained, but he's not tame.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, he's my friend.
Mickey. You didn't stay in the circus too long after that. That's right.
Well, it wasn't too long.
He was worried
before the picture was over, and I often wonder who was the next guy to come up to that. No, I don't know. He didn't do it with her. I was the only one he did it to.
Wow.
That was nice. We had an elephant there that I used to see a woman come in with a straw hat on, and I was in its mouth it went. It spit out the ribbon. If you had a ribbon on it, I said, someday she's going to have a pin in that hat.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, the roof will be
Mickey's
raised.
magic touch. That's something I didn't read about and trying to get ready for this morning's interview. Is Mickey your real name?
No, that's one of my names. I was christened in the Catholic Church and the Protestant churches. I know we're getting close to time, huh?
No. We've got 15 minutes. Take your time. Yeah.
No, Mickey was. My dad called me Mickey all my life. I'm not even going to tell you what my first name is.
Oh, come on.
Morrison.
Morrison, really?
Yeah. Well, that was my mother's choice. See. I was called Mickey all my life, so it stays that way. It's a legal name, by the way.
Mickey's your legal name now. Right.
As long as you're not using your name to evade taxes or to get away from the police, it's legal.
Right.
Until you try to get on a doggone airplane these days. Now, I got Frank M. on my driver's license and all that.
Frank M. Is that
Yeah.
in Marion? Morrison.
But my ticket says Mickey Spillane.
Right.
And I always have to go there and take my shoes off, take my tie off, get all undressed, you know. And my wife was the one. Jane noticed this one day. She's a real nosy, boy. And
Jane's nosy.
Yeah, she found out about that. And so I went down to the Bank of America, and I said, take my picture, and I want an identification card with Mickey Spillane on there. Real nice plastic shell. They give us real.
Oh, yeah.
But now when I go to get a ticket for the airlines, I just show them, this is Mickey Spillane. I won't have to take my shoes off anymore.
Right.
Why do you want to look at your feet for?
I guess you could have bombs in your shoes or something.
Well, they had one guy there that tried that. I wouldn't want to blow my feet off.
That would stink.
But it's strange why things happen. I'm surprised everybody knows my name. Columbo comes out. I got killed on Columbo on a show.
Mickey got killed on Columbo?
Yeah, every time he shows down there, people call my wife up and say, your husband just got killed. And oh. And she realized it was called another show of Columbo.
It's great to is that tough, Mickey, seeing yourself on TV or knowing that your inspiration for my camera was so big for so many years and still is?
It's a pleasant thing to know that what you did is well received by the public. I enjoy it. I mean, writing to me is a good way of making a buck to start with. But I can do what I want. My only problem is if anything ever happens to these things, I'm out of business.
Typing, right.
Oh, too forget typing. I use typewriters. I don't use a computer.
You don't use a computer?
No, I can't. I use an electric now, not electronic, an electric typewriter. My typewriters are pretty darn old. But if worse comes to worse, I go back to the old big old got. I still have to stand.
That's right. A mutual buddy of ours, John Maroney, has used the typewriter still. Loves it.
I love it too. It makes music. You know, you see the keys going, a beat, you know.
Well, now, if you write your books and have the ending done, I mean, right at the outset, then you can move pretty fast in getting those books out.
Well, I know the business as well as that. People think that writing a book is anybody can write. Sure, they can write, but how are you going to get it sold? You got to go through all production. You got to go through advertising, all the phases of it. So you got to know that. You just don't write. Anybody can write a book.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people that come to me and they say, I want to be a writer. I said, why don't you be a brain surgeon? It's a lot easier.
Oh, come on. You still encourage folks to get into writing.
No, I don't, because these people, I got so many things that people send me, and it's not publishable. They think it's great writing, because they did it.
So you do spend some time. Folks will send you stuff. You spend some time giving them some good...
I don't give them good things at all. I haven't got the time to do these things anymore, really, because I'm pretty busy constantly, you know.
Vicki, your first book came out like 55, 56, 57 years ago, I, the Jury.
I Joy came back out in 47. I'm going to tell you something funny now. I just got a small book that two researchers put out. They went back into before World War II when I was in the comic book business. I was a great comic book writer.
Really?
Captain Marvel, Captain America. Chief Famer. This back in the old days. But they used to have a 2-page story in a comic book. That was to get them through the mailing privileges so they get 4th-class mail, I think it was. And they went back and they collected as many of my stories as they could. They put it out. Just come out in book form. It's great for kids. And these were written for kids, but it had an adult tone to them as I read it. I said, gee, that wasn't really a kid's, when you said a little kid's book, you know. But here it is out in the book form. I said, well, this is going back a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever think that I, the Jury, would be such a big hit?
Yeah. I knew it.
Certainly. Oh, come on. This was your first book. How would you know?
I was an old-time writer by that time. I'd done many...
Oh, because of the comic books?
No, I'd done a lot of stuff for the magazines, too.
Really?
Sure. I used to...
You weren't even 30, Mickey. You were in your 20s. How the heck?
I was writing when I was in junior high school for the Elizabeth Daily Journal, and they didn't know how old I was.
Is that right?
I'll tell you about... See, this was during the time when you had prohibition. And the kids all knew where the bootleggers in Elizabeth, New Jersey hid their booze. You know, we were fooling around the backyards of places and whatnot. And I was writing about these things. Now, I had written, I don't know how many pieces for this. I was getting paid for that, too. Minimum pay, but the guy who had wrote the checks out, you know. He knew how I was, but he wasn't saying anything. But anyway, I started writing then, and I was earning money for it. Not much, but earning. For a kid in the 8th and 9th grade in junior high school, that wasn't too
What were
bad.
you writing?
I was writing stuff about where the booze was hidden and watching the cops come down and grab it. Get paid off and give it right back again.
How about any inspirations for you early on, Mickey? Who were some writers that you followed? Any folks that you're talking about 8th and 9th grade?
No, I read a lot. Probably the best guy was the guy who wrote. Can't think of his name. He's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Oh no.
John Carroll Daly.
John Carroll Daly.
He's a uncle of Tyne Daly in the TV show.
So that would have been an early inspiration. And he was
No,
writing.
it wasn't an early. He was a guy I liked to read.
Right.
So that mostly was magazine type of detective fiction.
Did you have any early inspirations, Mickey?
Yeah, The Urgent Need of Money.
The urgent need of money.
Yes.
So you say
I was brought up during the Depression times, boy, and I'm glad I did because I don't know a nickel. But what I have, I own. You know?
Right.
And people, I don't have. I drive a Carolina Cadillac. That's a Ford pickup truck, and I like it.
Yeah. I bet you do. That's right.
I have a Jaguar under my place, beautiful 140, that John Wayne gave me.
Oh, come on. John Wayne gave you?
Yeah, actually, it wasn't from him. It was a Hollywood thank you card. I rewrote a movie for him that was a dog, and I was in a picture. I was Ring of Fear, the circus picture. But Duke was always handing out these scripts to actors who can't write. You know, they're actors. They can read, but they can't write. And the picture was a terrible thing. I saw the rushes on it. Oh, boy, that's... And anyway, they called me and they said, do you think you could help us get this picture? I said, certainly. I know what everything was wrong with it. So after 3 days, I rewrote the thing. I came back to Newburgh, New York, where I was living then. And what was funny... I forget the name, like a Big 12 director. He came in, I'd already been there for 3 days, and I'm sitting in Duke's office out there, and he said, how you doing? I said, fine, I'm done. And he thought I was done for the day. And he said, oh, that's nice. He said, how long do you think it'll take before we finish? I said, I told you I'm done. He said, you've only been here 3 days. You know? I said, yeah, but I'm a writer, you know, I'm not one of these Hollywood idiots. So anyway, he got the thing, he started with, wow, you know. They got everybody together. I'm staying over in the Hollywood, now the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Right.
They're paying all the expenses, but I didn't want to be in Hollywood, so I come back to Newburgh, New York, up to a house where it was still snowing and whatnot, you know. And they weren't looking for me. This is a couple of weeks later, after they got the circus together, all set to start shooting a picture, and I couldn't find me. So he looked at every boarding house, every hospital, every police station, and every bar in Hollywood, and I don't hang around these places. Anyway, so I went over to the Beverly Hills Hotel, one of the bellboys said, oh, he went back home a long time ago. And they were very embarrassed. They thought we thought we put you up in the best place. I said, that wasn't it. I had nothing to do in Hollywood. Nothing to do in Hollywood. I says, no. It's the dullest place I've ever seen. You know?
Well, dull compared to Murrells Inlet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Murrells Inlet, boy, hey.
I know.
Something's always happening down
I know. You've
I
been
know,
there
yeah.
5 decades
Every day
now.
the water's waving, the sand is blowing.
That's right.
Cats
Sand's
meow.
That's 6 of them.
Yeah. Ask me another question.
Well, no, I mean that
We're
was
out of time.
we got a little time. We were talking about John Wayne and how you got that Jag.
all right,
That's a big deal.
Poor old Duke had just been divorced, and his money was taken by his ex-wife, and he had nothing going for him. And all his money was tied up in this picture. He was the money man behind the movie.
Right.
And if this picture goes down the drain, he is flat broke. Anyway, the picture turned out to be a big success. I was in the picture. They already paid me for these things. I got $25,000 for my major role. Wow. Anyway, they got together. They didn't know what to do. They said, I wouldn't take any money. They're going to buy. No, I don't want any money. So they said, let's send them something. Now, I was a hot rodder at that time.
Right.
And out there, we ate lunch all the time, but next to the Jaguar place out on Santa Monica. And he said, hey, oh, God, great idea. He's always looking at those beautiful Jaguars. Let's send him a Jaguar. Now, here's what's funny. A Jaguar at that time cost $5,500.
Wow.
Which was $1,000 more than the best Cadillac on the market.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you get for $5,500 today? Go to nothing.
Not much.
If I still got my Jaguar, And people always trying to buy it. I
Oh,
sell
I'm
it.
sure, Mickey. Yeah.
I'm going to give that to my son. You know, it's a two-seater, beautiful job and all that. But I'm married now. What can I do? Jay won't let me run out. I pick up little old ladies. Come with me, little old lady. I'll give you candy.
Oh, yeah. Mickey, I can see you. There's quite a few of those in Merle's Inlet. That's right.
No.
That would
No,
get
my
you in
wife
trouble.
was still young. She's pretty
I
young.
know.
She was a young
James,
kid,
you totally outmarried yourself.
Oh,
You
God.
totally outdid it.
She cooks the best TV dinners in the world.
Oh.
Now she's going,
You know,
what you
James,
say? Oh, man.
James pretty close.
I
at
made
hand.
you a good breakfast this morning, she said.
That's right. That's right. That was early this morning. Can we take a break, Mickey?
Sure, go ahead.
Come back.
You got to go?
We're visiting. I don't have to go. We're visiting with Mickey Spillane. Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. We want to thank Mickey Spillane and his amazing stories for making today's Carolina People so special. You've caught part one of our two-day series with Mickey Spillane. Stay tuned. There's more.